What's up, guys?
Hey guys, what's up?
We are back. Podcast Kid Got Yo Ticket.
Number 37,
Number
baby.
37.
Drum roll. We're making it, man. We're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there. Thank you to all our listeners out there across the globe, across the country, across everywhere. We're thankful for you guys. You guys are pretty awesome.
Isn't it gonna be cool when we could say, you guys listening to us in Mars, in the space shuttle up in the sky?
Well, that's where Elon Musk wants to take us, right?
Well,
he's ready to be out.
he's ready.
He's ready to be out.
He's ready.
He
I wonder
is-
what he knows that no one else knows.
He wants to be out. I'm done with this place.
I was listening. You were listening to a podcast, and I kind of overheard it, and it was something about Tesla.
Cheers.
And cheers, us. It was something about Tesla and how they gypped something. What was it? I didn't hear the whole thing. You probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But I wanted to ask you about it.
I don't know much about it regarding that, but that was from the podcast with Joe Rogan. He actually had Kanye West.
Oh yeah,
on,
that was it.
That actually came out today. All right, today the Joe Rogan interviewing Kanye West. I listened for about 30 minutes, and then I had to shut it off because the guy's just crazy. Like he's just out there. Like he didn't have much to say of anything. At least the first 30 minutes I heard.
Exactly.
It wasn't interesting to me at all. So I stopped it. I really did not like it that much. I'll probably hear some other points of it or just hear some clips, but I was expecting more.
I don't think Kanye West is a very interesting person.
He's talented. He knows how to make music.
He knows that. Does he? I mean,
No, he must.
I really don't like his music.
I like a lot of his songs.
I like some. Well, I'm not saying he's not talented. What I'm trying to say is that I guess he has his vibe, right? Everyone has their tribe, their vibe of tribe, their tribe of vibe, or however you say it.
Yeah.
Right? You vibe to a different vibration, and those are the people you attract.
He wants to be president now, but he just spoke about the music industry. So he really didn't. Like, I was expecting him to say something different or something better in regards to his opportunity of becoming a presidential candidate, which I think there's no chance of him doing something like that. He's got to start somewhere else. Unlike Trump, who just went straight to president. But
he knows what 0 to 100 real quick means.
I didn't.
Yeah, you didn't see it. It's fine.
There was nothing that I was like, wow, this guy's really interested. And I was like, oh no, any crazy motherfucker can just become famous, rich and famous.
It's true.
Like, yes, he's talented when it comes down to creativity and creating music.
Or putting beats together. Or who knows? Maybe a lot of the music has subliminal messaging that draws people to hear it.
He was talking about building a stadium, a 200,000 seat stadium in this 300-acre lot that he's got in somewhere in California, where he wants to do like a mega church of some sort, and he wants people to sing in unison to create some sort of energy and this and that. And
so no social distancing?
No social distancing at all. There'll be no social distancing. No mask wearing either, because you got to be able to sing. Otherwise, you won't be able to hear it, right?
You know what I was thinking about? Remember when one of the parents was saying that she's a teacher? Oh, well, that's coming completely off the topic. Let's finish with Kanye West. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've never found them really interesting. I do think he's very unique.
I've liked his music. I've jammed to his music in the past. There's a lot of songs of him I like.
There is.
A Gold Digger.
But
his original song. When he first came out, that actually Over the Top, I think it's called.
I think so. No, he does have.
From the bottom.
Yes, from the bottom to the top.
No. I forget what it is. Through the Wire. It was a pretty song.
dope
It was a good song. That was his breakthrough song, when he was talking about he just came out of that car accident where he had his jaw shut and stuff like that. So, listen, there's people out there. He's a modern age poet.
Where he
does poetry. He puts a beat behind it, and it becomes rich and famous. It's great.
But then the way he raps is completely different than the way he speaks. I even had to walk to the computer because you told me. I'm gonna listen to the Kanye West and Joe Rogan interview, and I went, okay. So I'm in the kitchen, I'm cooking, and I'm like, I'm hearing some dude talk, and I'm like, that can't be Kanye West. I mean, I hear his rap. I know exactly how he raps.
Well, he speaks eloquently, you believe?
He just speaks correct. He uses right verbs and verb tenses, and
how did you expect him to speak?
like a rapper.
How do rappers speak?
Very broken English.
You think so? Yeah.
A lot of them do.
Yeah.
I guess they're just trying to attract their vibe
Their
or
vibe.
their
Yeah.
tribe.
Yeah.
But he spoke very well. And hearing him on certain points that he said, yeah, I kind of think he's off the reservation, but I kind of think that's cool. I kind of think that that's what we were made to live in.
Yeah, I don't think he cares what anybody's gonna think.
But I think that we should all feel that way.
Yeah, it's
And I don't
amazing.
think that
It's an amazing feeling to feel that.
I don't think that it's not about not caring. I just think it's more along the lines of just living your life, your best life. That doesn't mean you're going to hurt anybody or do anything stupid, but you don't feel constrained to change. Like, no one can hold you back because your form of thinking is just completely different. So, I mean, it was a different. I didn't even know it was him. I even came in and I said, "That's Kanye West," and you were like, "Yeah." I was like, "Holy moly! All right." That there's no stigma because of his color or because who he is. No, certain people speak a certain way. Snoop Dogg doesn't speak that nice. Kanye West speaks very nice. Go figure.
Well, he is a religious man now.
True.
He's a pastor.
He
in
is
a
married
way.
to the Kardashians, and I bet you they speak all day.
That's
So
got to be tough. That's got to be tough. I mean, he's a pastor. He has a following. He does church service I believe every Sunday, and there's thousands of people at his church service. He does kind of like a concert every Sunday, with gospel music. And he produces and he plays the piano and he brings people together. So,
well, that's nice.
so now he's got I guess now he surrounded himself with different people, and he speaks a lot about pastors, and he speaks a lot about religion and God. So he can't probably speak the way he spoke when he first started.
That's
because
true.
he's changed his surroundings. And by you changing your surroundings, you're going to change who you are, and you're going to change how you speak, how you articulate your words, what derogatory words you're going to use or not, just because now he's a religious man.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, Kanye West is
He
Kanye
still
West.
has to appeal to his
Following.
to his following. His following now is very religious, and if he's out there, dropping f-bombs, then
Then how religious are you?
Then it doesn't sound very religiously. It wouldn't sound very religiously, because I didn't hear him use a curse word
Not
at all.
one at all.
No, very. He spoke good. Just it wasn't interesting to me. Like even Joe Rogan was kind of confused at he bounced around a lot. He went from one topic to another, to another, to another, to another, and he didn't kind of stay on topic there. And that's where he lost me. He was talking about this, and a lot of the things he was talking about was, this company this, and this company this, and have a friend in this company, and like,
I only heard a couple of things. I snooped onto the podcast. I heard the part where he said that when he felt like he was going crazy, and he put himself in an institution. Is that what he said?
I don't know.
I think that's one of the things he said. And then I heard the one about the ministry. I didn't hear about the land that he was going to open. But that's pretty interesting. I mean, if he's living his best life, kudos, dude.
But it was a podcast that people were highly anticipating for a while. They wanted to hear that podcast. I was interested too. I mean, I heard the first 30 minutes of it, and then I was like, you know what?
How long did it go for?
I think for about almost 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah, almost 2 hour podcast. And it was kind of interesting, but then I was just done with it. Like, I started working out. And I couldn't hear it anymore. I wanted to hear his podcast as I trained, but then I was like, I was done. I couldn't get into both at the same time. So I just threw on music and finished with my workout.
And you did. And then we had a delicious lunch.
We had an amazing lunch today. And today so we had two main events this week. Right, on Thursday night we had the presidential debate. And today we had UFC 254 with Khabib Nurmagomedov against Justin Gaethje. And on Thursday night, when the presidential election was gonna come on, man, I felt just as excited as a UFC fight. Like,
Me too.
It was
fun.
It was an excitement in the air. We wanted to see it. We wanted to see what was going to happen. We wanted to see who was going to be the winner. Now, this last debate, I believe Trump won.
I agree. I agree.
think Trump won the debate, hands down.
But you came up with an interesting point.
We were speaking to some of the parents. That's right. Because at the first debate, who won?
They say Biden did.
I think Biden
none
won.
of them did. I think they both did a terrible job.
I think Biden won the first debate because he kind of held his composure a little bit more, as Trump kind of looked like he was just trying
Desperate.
to overspeak Biden. And every time Biden would say something, he would interrupt them. And so much so that in this debate, they made a new rule where they would shut off their mics. And I think they grilled Trump before the debate, said, listen, you cannot interrupt that. There were points in the debate where you will see Trump go, he was just kind of.
I wonder if they put a shocker on him.
Yeah,
They'd shock him.
They probably told him, listen, you cannot interrupt because it didn't look good on your behalf. And he learned this from his mistakes, came back and won. So I think they're at a tie right now, debate-wise. Biden, I believe, won the first debate.
Mm-hmm.
Second debate, Trump definitely won the second debate. I think they're tied. I wish there was a tiebreaker.
I wish too. And I
But-
wish they would do what you pointed out, which I thought was very interesting.
I wish they had a third debate, like a basketball game or a
Yeah,
baseball
the
game.
best of 7.
The best of
And you're the
3.
winner. Ding, ding, ding,
The
ding,
best
ding.
of 3. And to your point is this. Why are there time limits to a presidential debate?
Yeah.
Like, really, why are there time limits to such an important decision that's going to affect so many American lives?
When they go to the UN and they have conversations on stuff that's happening in the world, those things last 12, 18 hours. Like, they'll go on. They'll go out, sleep, and then come back in to continue.
And they'll continue.
But yet right now we're picking the most powerful man in the world. And we
the
give
leader
him,
of the free world.
And we give him 2 minutes?
And if he needs to rebuttal, either one, it doesn't matter who it is.
Exactly.
If one candidate needs to rebuttal, you have 30 seconds to rebuttal. Like, what do you mean?
You can't even say, like,
You cannot. Yeah.
like you can't even like go to the point that he was saying on this and that. Yeah, 10 seconds
10
already
seconds
went.
are done. I truly believe that who came up with these rules? Like, why does the debate only have to be about what was it, an hour and a half?
Exactly, and
90 minutes?
And why can't they have their panel there?
Because it's them.
But they should be able to go to their panel and be like, okay, so they want to know about the financial plans. What are we planning on doing? You know, and discuss. Listen, becoming a president or being the president is not a one-man show. He's the one that represents the cabinet itself, but he's not the one that runs it all. He has his people,
Yeah.
and they should be there. That's his posse.
There's a team.
Exactly. That's his team, and he should have them there because we should be asking the important questions. All right, you have a plan for healthcare. What is it? Give me the bullet points. Well, it's 5,000 pages. Well, then maybe you shouldn't be writing a 5,000 page reform. Maybe we should start with 100 pages. Let's change the first 10. But we want to like you said this better than anyone in the world.
Anyone in the world?
Yes, because when there was a time that I was suffocating and you looked at me and you said, "Babes, how do you eat a burger?" I said, "Baby, I take a bite at a time." You go, "Yeah, you don't grab it and stuff it in your mouth." But yet you want to grab a whole healthcare system and try to reform it and make it 1,000 pages. So us, the people, who, let me tell you something, a majority of us don't have time to sit there and go through on $100,000 page and make it legal to these terms that we don't even understand. And we're allowing this. How do we do that? Why can't you make things in layman's terms? Make things shorter. Hey guys, we're going to reform these 10 things in the next 2 years. Great. Let's start somewhere. But then they come up with 5,000 things, and then The Democratic Party in the House doesn't want to say yes. The Republican Party doesn't want to agree because she didn't like what color shirt she had. He didn't like that he called his son a cokehead or whatever damn reason they have. And then nothing gets done. And then 4 years pass by and we have the same shitty thing we had 4 years previous, and we get stuck with it. And then who funds the bill? Who has to pay for it?
We do. So I really think that these debates should be 4-5 hours long.
And have substance. And we should hold them accountable for what they say.
Well, we try. People try to hold them accountable, but once you're in power, they start doing the blame game. Well, I'm trying to pass this, but the Senate won't let me.
Then we need to reform something.
So these debates, I don't think it's fair that they're trying to have us make a decision in just a 90-minute debate. So what is it? If they had 2 debates and each debate was 90 minutes, that brings you down to 3 hours. And right now it's a tie. They should still have another debate, even though the election's coming up in less than 10 days.
I agree. We have to go vote. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you believe that they should be allowed to bash each other and they should be able to collect money to run? I don't think they should be able to do that. I think that the only time that they should go out, I don't even think they should be rallying. What are they rallying for?
Trying to get the votes.
Exactly, but I think that it should be done the right way. I think they should do it in a debate, and there should be a lot of them.
But that's what they do. Instead of doing a debate, what they do is they host these rallies where people come in and they kind of say the message and they say their plan to what they want to do if they get elected president.
Yeah, but then
at these rallies without their opponent being there.
Exactly. Okay, that's fine. That I get that. That's advertising, and they're advertising for their party.
Yeah.
Let's say I agree with that. What I'm saying is, I don't believe that any politician, and I don't think that we should allow the media or a politician to say anything bad about the other person. I think it's our responsibility to go.
But what if they did do something bad?
Then say it in the debate.
That's what they do.
But they're not allowed to because they don't even get to pick the topics. How come they don't allow the presidents to pick the people running pick topics? They're not even allowed to do that.
Then they would be bashing each other at that moment because they'll say, well, you said you want to do this, but I want to do this, and what you're going to do is bad because it's going to do, and you're going to...
But that's good because then they can go back and forth on it. There should be a standard quote.
It's like a hype person, The moderator is there to present the questions that they believe the American public wants to hear on.
And do they poll them?
That I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. But they asked them. They had about 10 questions.
No, it was 6.
6 questions.
And 2 of them were useless.
Which ones?
There was the one about. There was the healthcare reform. You can't talk about that in a debate. You can't.
But you have to.
But you can't. It's too in depth. In 2 minutes, you cannot tell us.
But they can. But they would have to change the debate narrative, or they would have to change the debate,
or
the way the debates work, which means they would have to allow them to talk longer, like a podcast. Like, for instance, Joe Rogan says that he would be happy to narrate a debate with the 2 candidates sitting right there in his studio, nobody else in there, and they go for about 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever it is, however long it takes to put everything out on the table, sit down comfortable, give them both water, serve them some coffee so they can have, energy to speak, and just go ahead and be able to present their case on a national basis.
I would love that.
I think that's the way it should be done. We live in a different world now. We live in a world of podcasting. We live in a world of YouTube. We live in a world where, why is it being done through network TV? Yes, the majority of people have TVs. Okay, there's a lot of people that may not have internet. There's a lot of people but maybe those people shouldn't be voting if they don't have the
internet. But you never know. You have to be. Listen, I think that there was 2 things. You asked me what were the 2 things that I thought were unfair to ask: healthcare reform and climate change. You cannot answer those two things that are so heavy and so convoluted in 2 minutes.
But
It wasn't fair.
like climate change, like honestly, like speaking honestly, what can we possibly do to affect climate change just as one country? If you have China doing their own thing, you have India doing their own thing, you have South America doing their own thing, one country alone, one state alone cannot change the climate change.
No, it has to be
it's
a
impossible.
collective
It has to be a
effort.
collective world effort. And if China doesn't believe in certain policies, or India doesn't believe in certain policies, and I'm pointing just them two out because they're the most
most
populous countries in the world. And if you don't have them on board, you know, it's yes, we can lower our emissions to
Zero, technically. We can
to-
go back to walking.
We can all America can do that,
Yeah.
and it still wouldn't affect anything if the rest of the world is still doing whatever they believe to do.
Well, we proved that when they shut us down for 3 months, where it helped out the Earth for a little bit.
But it was the whole world.
Yeah.
It was the majority of the world.
Yeah.
Got shut down, and it
And it
supposedly
helped.
it helped.
Yeah.
Yeah, but America.
So you're right.
so
Collectively,
America alone can do that. Can we talk about what can affect Americans? Yes, healthcare. But you're right. It's a longer topic. But they can talk about certain things. But we should be able to allow them to go back and forth and present their case, and the other one can rebuttal. But you have 30 seconds to rebuttal. Let me attack you, right, with whatever verbiage, and you only have 30 seconds to rebuttal me back. It's not fair.
It's not.
I just had 2 minutes to attack you. And then they go back and forth. Well, okay, now you have 10 seconds to rebuttal back. It's not realistic. You cannot express a message
in 10 seconds.
or an idea in that short of time, because the spoken word is powerful, and sometimes you need more than 10 seconds, sometimes you need more than 30 seconds, sometimes you need
An
an
hour.
hour to be able to speak about something.
And even to ponder for a second. You kind of need that thing to marinate for like a minute, not even a minute, but about 30 seconds before you can answer.
Yeah, but if you're running for a presidency, you should have the mental capacity to be able to answer something quickly.
Yes, because especially those topics that are
Those
so
topics.
forefront in your face
Now,
all the time. I agree.
Here's an idea. I just thought about this. Maybe for another election. Now it's too late, right? They can't do it, and who's gonna listen to me, right? Well, except you, who is listening,
You never know.
right? You're listening right now. But
Miracles happen every day.
maybe at our next presidential run for office, 4 years, 5 years from now, right? Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
right.
Once you get there.
They should have maybe 10, 15 debates leading up to the election, and each debate only focuses on one topic instead of covering so many topics, where you only kind of get a glimpse of what their idea or their plan is.
Or,
Like, for instance, there's going to be a 2-hour debate only on healthcare. That's it. That's the debate.
and would you think that if they already present what they're going to talk about before they even go out, kind of like an exam, like, you know how when you have an exam, they give you the material
syllabus?
that needs to be studied before you go, or a syllabus? Wouldn't it be nice for you to say, okay, in tonight's presidential debate, this is what they're going to be discussing?
Yeah, that's how it should be. So that's what I'm saying. So, for instance, first presidential debate is going to be strictly on healthcare. Perfect.
Yeah, but it comes out already with what they're going to talk about. Like
That's a debate. They can speak about their plan on healthcare, or
yeah,
they can speak
but
their.
it comes out already in black and white, so we know. Okay, they're going to talk about the financials, how much money this is going to cost us. It's going to tell us about this. It's going to tell us about that. So they already give you what they're going to talk about. Now they're just going to go debate about it.
Yes.
I think that's dope.
Yeah, but the whole debate itself would just be on one topic.
Exactly. No, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah,
on
they
that.
wouldn't be on so many topics.
I'm just adding on to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I
And
think that's great.
second debate, okay, now we're going to talk about, I don't know, jobs. Or now, like especially 2020 and this year, like the first debate should have been strictly on the coronavirus. And what's your plan? Like,
For the
what's your
next
plan?
year, with next 5 years,
For
what
the
are we
next
gonna
4
do?
years. What are you going to do in your next term?
Because one said we were going through dark, dark times. That scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, one presidential candidate just wanted to scare you. Just wanted to scare. All he did was wanted to scare us. And the other one, so you said it. You said one is too positive, and the other one is just breeding fear. One is everything is great. We're gonna open up. We're gonna be
Like a good dad.
everything's
taking care
gonna
of his
go
kids.
away. It's gonna go away. We're gonna get a vaccine. Everything's wonderful. This vaccine, don't let it ruin your life. Whatever. Blah, blah, blah. And then the other one is 200,000 people have died, and this is scary, and you're gonna get infected, and your family's gonna die, and blah 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 blah. Just causing fear.
That was it was.
So at that point, I'm like, fuck, I don't want to be scared. I'd rather have this guy. That's why I feel that Trump won the second debate.
I
Because
agree.
he wasn't. Are they both right to a certain point?
Yes.
Yes. Now, Trump, I didn't vote for Trump for the first
Can
time.
I go real quick back
for
to
it.
a point that I want to say
for
on the mediation that you were talking about that I feel like is important, and I also believe that the person mediating shouldn't even be a person. It shouldn't be a person because that person could be very unbiased,
Yes.
like we had that night.
Okay.
She was over talking one candidate and wouldn't over talk the other one.
Correct. So you wouldn't need a mediator
No.
if you only have one topic.
Exactly. That's why I hope they listen to our podcast.
Share
and
it.
And they freaking,
You know what? I'll make a clip out of just this one topic and I'll put it out there.
because that's dope.
And I think we deserve that.
Yes.
As Americans, we deserve to just have. And you know what Kanye said today on his podcast?
What?
He goes, the rest of the world shouldn't be allowed to watch it.
No, and they shouldn't hear about
That's
it.
internal affairs.
That's our stuff.
That's our shit.
Yeah.
Why are you guys listening?
Close it up.
This is us.
Yeah.
This is a family affair.
This has nothing to do with. Remember, Meet the Fockers?
Yeah.
He said,
In the circle?
The circle of trust.
circle of trust.
You're not in the circle of trust. I'm sorry. Why?
If
Because you're not.
If you're an American citizen and you live in this, if you're an American and you live in this country, I was gonna say American citizen, but
no.
Listen, if you just came from Mexico, you're still paying taxes, buddy. All right, because when you go to the store and you take your pickup truck, I'm sorry, I'm stereotyping that Mexicans drive pickup trucks. No,
They
they
do.
don't, but the majority
Do.
Majority, and they like them. They fucking love that troquetas. all
They,
right?
the majority of them are workers,
But-
like hard labor workers.
They're paying their taxes.
Yes, they are.
They go to the gas pump, they're paying tax. They go through the toll, they're paying tax.
They go buy food.
They're paying tax. They have a cell phone, they're paying tax.
They go buy that beer.
They're paying tax. Everybody's paying. Listen, you can't be in this country and not pay taxes. It's impossible. Even a bum is paying taxes
That's right.
because a bum has to eat.
Yep.
And when's the last time you went to the grocery store and you bought food and you didn't pay taxes? I mean, vegetables
you don't pay taxes for food that's not cooked.
Correct.
So supermarkets, your tax, it's only like if
Yeah,
you buy
but
like
if you're a
toilet
bum,
paper.
you can't cook.
Yeah, no, they're buying like McDonald's and
Paying
whatever the
tax.
heck they buy. Yeah, no,
If you're going into Publix or into a supermarket and you're buying hot food,
you're paying tax.
you're paying tax. Mm-hmm. Right? It's already cooked.
Yep,
Right? You're buying a soda, you're paying tax. Right?
yeah. And in some states, in the United States, you gotta even pay tax, a bag tax.
Oh, yeah.
California,
Yeah.
shame on you.
Yeah, we were talking about that today. Where
You
like
escape
companies,
taxes.
like company and cell phone companies, they charge you a cellular tax,
A
they charge
communication tax.
anything tax, right? And there's nothing you can do. Like you have to pay. Like if you don't do it, they'll cut off your power or they'll cut off your cell phone. You know why? Because you need it. It's not something you want.
It's a necessity.
It's a necessity. Like in order to be in today's society, you need a cell phone.
Like we pay a sewer tax.
Pay taxes on everything, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like
We pay taxes on top of taxes.
No, we pay taxes for everything. Like if you have a home, you pay tax. Then you go to the store, you pay tax.
Well,
Then,
actually, there's one country.
yeah, but don't worry about that. That's their circle of trust.
There's no taxes. There's no
That's
property taxes. I think it's
think
in it's one
the
of the
Bahamas.
The Bahamas, yeah,
Yeah.
one of those islands, which I thought was pretty dope.
Yeah,
We
but-
went to that island.
Yeah, but
I forgot which one it was.
why so they all so like we were saying, the debate should just be done
I agree.
for us Americans, and two, they should divide the debates up into certain subjects because these subjects are complicated and we need to hear both sides. And let's say on racial issues, on whatever it is, like the subjects that interest Americans the most at that specific year or on that specific election.
Yeah,
Like,
on what's happening
like
in that
right-
specific moment.
yeah, like right now is the coronavirus.
Yeah, how are you gonna take how are we gonna get out of this? And you know what, guys? The thing, we're not gonna get out of it. It's something we're gonna have to learn how to live with. But
Yeah, I think so.
you have one that thinks that there's a possibility that Americans could be bright enough to do it. I think we can. And then you have another one that thinks we're just incompetent and retarded and we can't. And you know what? I prefer to live in positivity than in fear. What? Imagine living every single day being scared. You can't. I mean,
Yeah, but that's how they sell everything, through fear.
through fear.
Through fear.
It's because everyone lives through fight and flight mode on a continuous basis. When you live like that, fear is the number one name of the game. And if they can scare you, you're gonna buy it. What's the first thing they tell you when you go buy a car? Hey, listen, tomorrow it might go up $5,000. Damn, I just lost a deal.
But you know what's the thing, right? The minute you walk off the lot with it, it just went down $5,000.
I know.
So-
7. It's like
So it's
your
like-
loss. Sorry.
Yeah. Buy a car, drive it off, bring it back to the dealer, sell it back to them. You won't get what you paid for it.
No,
And everybody,
not even close.
and the funny thing is that everybody knows this.
Everybody, and we still go like idiots and buy.
And we still go to the dealerships and we still purchase the car or lease it or finance it at full market value, knowing damn well that the minute you come off the lot with it, it's just gonna go right down.
But you could cut the middleman. You could go buy at auction.
Can you?
Yes.
Or do you need an auction license?
You see how they catch you? It's like why can't you go straight to the source?
And then if you try to buy it from a regular seller, it's so
You
complicated.
saw how hard it was? We sold 2 cars. And how hard was that?
It was difficult, man.
Check this out, guys. You want to hear a funny story? We just finished selling one of our vans that we had to just sell off because we're not planning on opening an after school anytime soon.
So we had 16 passenger vans.
Exactly.
That we sold. 2 of them.
So we had a really nice kid that came and bought the van, and we did all the papers. We did everything. Everything was running smooth from our end. I go ahead and I call the financial company to go ahead and make the payment. There was only 2 options. Option number 1 was send a certified check. We've sold another car previous to this. Sending a certified check took us in a run around for how long? Almost 60 days with the first one?
Yep.
Okay. So I said, we looked at each other and we said, you know what? Certified check is not how we're going to do it. We're going to actually go in and make the payments directly from the bank. So I go ahead and I go, okay, Mr. Santander, I want to make Santander.
Santander. All right.
I said, I want to go ahead and make the payment. I owe this amount of money. Can I make the payment now? The money's in my account. No, we're only allowed to take $2,999.99 per day.
They wouldn't take the full payment.
No,
Okay, continue.
they didn't take the full payment. So I had to break up what the car was owed into many days. All
Many
right.
payments.
Many payments, many days. So I said, okay, fine. It took me 5 days to make the payments.
So you couldn't make the whole payoff. You could only make $3,000 per day.
Exactly.
All right, got it.
So then what I ended up having to do was do that, break it down into 5 days. So on the 5th day, they all went through. Perfect. I still see the money in the account. No one calls me. 7 days pass. 10 days pass. Then they call me. Then I call them and say, hey, listen, the money's still in my account. What's going on? They tell me that I wrote my account number wrong, that I did everything bad, and that they were now going to charge me an extra interest fee for those 10 days of $280. I went, me and your rep and our bank, because I went straight to the bank because I knew the first time we had a problem, I didn't want to have a second problem. So I went to the bank. I sat with Wells Fargo. We all three did it. I even told the guy, pull up the recording. Don't you record all calls? Pull it up.
They do record.
Let's hear it.
They always tell you this call is being recorded for quality insurance and training purposes.
I said, let's hear it, because I told your guy to put in my number and go ahead and do the charges. And we were all on the phone, and my Wells Fargo rep confirmed. He confirmed. So
you didn't put the wrong back.
I didn't do it. They did.
Who's they?
Santander.
Santander. All right.
So then I had to go and speak to an executive. You know what, Santander, good job. Somebody called me the next day. They went ahead and they removed those $280. Great. So then I have to do this all over again. So I did it with the guy on the phone, the manager. I said, listen, stay on with me. Let's go ahead and do this together because I don't want to be blamed again. Well, long and behold, again, it took 5 days. The car's paid off. I go to see if the lien has already been released. For those 5 days, they went ahead and charged us again interest of like $200. I call again. I need to speak to a supervisor at that moment. Finally, they put me on with a supervisor that day because they usually tell you have to wait 24 to 48 hours, but they give you the runaround so that you can just freaking want to just whatever. So then he picks up and he goes, I remember you. Me and you sat and we spoke about this and you made your payments. I said, I know, you did them. I said, why am I getting charged now 5 days of interest? He goes, well, because every day that passed, you have to pay interest. I said, you guys didn't take my payment the first 5 days. Why do I have to pay for it? He goes, you know what, ma'am? Forget it. I got it. I'm just going to take it out and I'm going to clear you and you're going to be done. We didn't get a clear title till yesterday.
How long it took, more or less?
Almost a month.
Almost a month.
But they say it takes you a month without problems. It took us almost a month with problems. And I'm like, I even told them, I said, if you guys want to charge extra interest, why don't you just say your payoff is this amount and that payoff is good till the next billing date? If you want to jerk the poor people because you're already jerking them anyways. So it's like the most hardest thing to do.
It's hard to do.
To sell a freaking car that has a loan on it.
Well, it's not hard to sell. It's just hard to pay off your loan.
Exactly.
To the bank.
They don't make it easy.
The bank doesn't want you to pay off the loan.
No, because then you're not gonna pay them interest because they're charging you their interest is monetized daily.
And we all know this, and we still continue doing it.
You don't want to know what the sad thing is? They're lending us our own money. That's our money.
It's our money.
And they put a price tag on it. They say, we're going to lend you your money. Your money, it's yours because you're the people. It's your money. But you have to pay us 25% interest. That's what you have to pay us. Or 9% because you have good credit. And we're okay. We're doing good.
Yeah, it's like if you buy a $200,000 home, right? Average home in America between $150,000 to $200,000, right? If you buy a $200,000 home and you do a 30-year mortgage, by the end of the mortgage, you're gonna be paying like almost $800,000. You
pay like quadruple.
It's about $800,000 you pay, right?
If
you go the whole 30 years, you're gonna pay about $800,000.
Yep.
So
it's a sick world we live in.
Yeah, it's a crazy.
I call it modern day slavery.
Yeah, because you're slaves to them. You just work. So now we're very fortunate that we've had the privilege and we've been lucky enough to be able to work in a setting where we can enjoy our home a lot.
Yes, I agree. And that's thanks to you, baby.
And we spend a lot of time at home. Even when we had our Super Kids Clubhouse.
That's right.
We will still have a lot of time at home. But so many people across the country, they purchase these homes, right? But they hardly live in them because they have to leave early in the morning, come back late at night to just be able to pay for this home that they hardly live in. All they do is sleep in it. at night.
That's it. And maybe if they get to enjoy the weekends, because even on the weekends, what are you doing? You have to go out with your family and you have to go food shopping.
Yeah. So your home is not some, there's many people who are very lucky who can enjoy the real comfort of their home. Like we have that privilege. We're lucky enough that and
We've created that
I'm
lifestyle,
grateful.
yeah.
I'm grateful for it that I can enjoy our home.
Mm-hmm.
Our home we enjoy 8 hours a day.
Yes.
At least. At least minimum.
Even though we're working throughout
Yeah.
those 8 hours, but at least it's our work environment is home,
Yep.
which is good, which makes us happy, you know.
Yep. Yep.
And thankfully, there's a lot of people, especially now that the coronavirus hit. There's a lot of people that are able to do that now.
Yeah, but
So that's good.
But they're able to do it now. Oh, that's right, because a lot of people are working from home.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing remote working or virtual working that they can work from a computer. Like for instance, us, we're working from home. We teach martial arts from home. So if you have a child, here's the plug. Here's this podcast is brought to you by SKC Live.
That's
all
right.
And we have an amazing martial arts program for your child at home. If you want your child to learn martial arts from me, yes, I know I'm drinking a beer right now, but
Oh, come
but I
on.
am a very good martial arts instructor.
That has nothing to do with anything.
If you want your child to learn some amazing martial arts, join
And be
us.
part of a nice group of kids. We have a nice group
Our
of
group
kids.
of kids is really freaking cool. Those kids are awesome, and they're learning so much. So if you're listening to this podcast, if you're watching us right now on YouTube, and you guys want to be part of
The movement.
the movement of
The
this
SKC Live movement.
SKC Live classes, join us. Okay, sign up. Just send us an email. You can send us an email. I have a new email for that. It's info@karatesportcenter.com. Sport is singular, not plural. Okay, karatesportcenter.com. Info@karatesportcenter.com.
We're gonna put it right there.
We'll
so
put
that
it
you
in the
can see
description
it.
below.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And also, working on the website is giving me a freaking headache, but I'm trying to redo the website, making it awesome for you guys so you guys can easily access. Because the previous website, it wasn't as easily accessible for you guys to find the information that you guys needed. So I've been working on the new website right now, and it should be up pretty soon. Hopefully by the end of this week, it should be up and running. So if you want your child to learn martial arts, if you want your child to go ahead and practice karate from the comfort of their home, because right now going inside of a dojo is kind of crazy right now,
Yeah.
screaming inside of doors while circulating air. A lot of martial arts schools don't have the UV ACs
Exactly.
that are
That
going to kill
filter out the air.
everything, right? Join us virtually. Okay, we have an amazing karate program. You can see some of our classes on our other YouTube channel.
That's right.
It's called SKC Karate. Okay, SKC Karate. Look us up on YouTube. You can see some of the sample classes I've put up there. So if you guys are interested in learning martial arts, we start them up at 4 years old. Okay, and we even have adult classes. So if you're interested in training in our martial arts program as an adult, join our class. We have the coolest students, the coolest karate people.
And the coolest vibe. And you know what, guys? I like to call it. I like to see it this way. If you're a busy mom, we're your martial arts academy. Right. If you have a child that needs the discipline and the focus, and that doesn't really want to be among other people, we are your place. We are for the families that don't want to that need social distancing, or you know what, you're just not interested in being around other people. I'm kind of like that. I'm very not antisocial. I'm just very introverted. I enjoy my peace and quiet, and I enjoy my kid doing his thing at home. So that's me. And there's a lot of people like that. So if you're the busy mom that doesn't have the time for the running around, and you want to cut that middleman out, come see us. If you're that parent that needs to be cooking while your kid's doing an extracurricular activity and still mingling with other kids and having a good time,
Instead of being stuck in the video game.
exactly. Hey, this is an option. Yeah. If you're a parent that doesn't have any time for anything, we're an option, because we even have recorded classes that you can take in the nighttime, even before your child goes to sleep. If you have that rambunctious kid that starts jumping at 8:30 when he's about to go to bed, throw 30 minutes of a class on. Hey, Johnny, come on, let's go do a class together. Do the class and to bed. So whatever options you pick, we got something for you.
That's right. So that's the plug. Check us out. KarateSportCenter.com. karatesportcenter.com. Send us an email, info@karatesportcenter.com. Matter of fact, I'll give you guys a free week to just try it out. You can book your classes. Just send me an email. I'll send you guys the link where you guys can join us for a free week of martial arts training. See if you guys like it. I guarantee your child is gonna get a great workout. You're gonna get a great workout if you decide to join the class. And not only are they gonna get a great workout, but they're gonna learn something while they're working out. So they're gonna be achieving something,
That's right.
And we do promote the kids. We do promote our students.
We're actually going to be
one belt to another.
Yeah, we're actually going to be doing a black belt promotion exam soon. So we have black belts that are becoming black belts on Zoom.
Yeah, black belts that are becoming black belts.
Oh, sorry. We have brown belts that are becoming black belts on Zoom.
That's right. So join us, and it's pretty cool, guys. And you guys won't regret it. It's pretty awesome. And you know what? Not for nothing, guys. I'm a hell of a teacher.
He sure is.
I am a hell of a teacher, and
experience, because he possesses experience.
Over 25 years of teaching experience of kids and adults, teens
and he's funny and cute.
I'm a lot funnier than I am on this podcast.
Nah, right? You're funny all the time. We just like to talk. We talk about serious stuff.
Yeah, here's different. It's more of an adult setting. It's an adult vibe for you guys to listen and enjoy. And thanks for listening. But yeah, so
here's 37, baby.
That's podcast KGYT number 37. Hashtag KGYT. All right. Enjoy it, guys. Have a great
you guys
time.
Are awesome. Thank you for listening to us. We love you, and when we're huge, we're gonna love you even more. Do those likes, share us, tell us what you guys want to hear about. We have open minds, and we love to have discussions because we love adulting.
Except on Facebook, where we get crucified all the time, but that's for another subject that we'll talk about on our next podcast, because I've made some comments on some posts, and boy, I've been crucified, if I tell you. I've been crucified with some comments, and you know what? It's all fun and games.
For us, it is. It might be a little bit serious for them, but I like to enjoy my little getting back to people. It's fun.
That's right. Anyway, guys, enjoy. I'm going to finish this beer, and we're going to go ahead and watch some Netflix right now and chill. See you guys later.
Bye.
Peace.